making a video here to show anyone who's interested or really bored what I do for my kickboxing workouts. So I've been kickboxing on and off for about 5 years now, and I've been doing it consistently for the last probably 7 or 8 months, anywhere from 3 to 5 times a week. And so I'm a professional by no means, and some of the things that I've done here that I'm going to show in the video here are just simply things that I've learned from people over the years who were much more skilled and experienced than I was, as well as videos that I've watched, tips that I picked up and read about, etc., etc. So in this video I'm just going to show some of the things that I've learned, some of the things that I implement in my workout, and who knows, maybe you guys will get something out of it or want to implement something like this yourself. So one thing that you need to do before your workout starts, I actually did it after my warm-up, but it's usually best to do it before you're stretching or before your warm-up, but you want to have a plan. So when you're in the middle of the workout or towards the end of the workout and you're just getting exhausted and you're breathing heavy and you're thirsty and maybe you're hurting and you don't want to continue, or you want to start slacking, or maybe you want to shorten your workout, it helps you to have more discipline if you have a workout laid out for you to look at. I usually just use this little whiteboard, and I'll mix it up every workout. I'll make it a little bit different so it's interesting. But I write on here the rounds and what I'm going to do for each round. For today's workout, I'm going to do 5-minute rounds with a 40-second break in between each 5-minute round. And during each round, every minute, I'm going to be doing something different. I use a boxing timer online. It's really simple. It's simply called the address is onlineboxingtimer.com, and it's really nice. You can set how many rounds you want to do, how long those rounds are, your prep time. You can get a warning bell before the end of the round, and how long you want your rest period to be. Anyways, let the workout begin. Okay, so first thing you need to do before any workout is you need to get a good stretch in and warm up in. So depending on your age and your physical conditioning, you may need to stretch more or less. Being that I'm 38 years old, going on 39 soon, I need to stretch a lot. So I usually spend a good at least 10 minutes, if not 15 minutes, doing stretches for my entire body. One thing with the kickboxing workout is that you use your entire body. So I stretch everything out, my legs, my arms, my torso, my core, everything. And then after a 10 to 15 minute stretch, I'll usually do about a 10-minute warm-up. And the purpose of the warm-up is to get your heart rate elevated. It's to get blood flowing to all of your muscles that you're going to be using in your workout. And one of the things that does is it helps to prevent potential injury. If you go into a hard workout cold, meaning you haven't warmed up, blood has not gone into your muscles, it's a lot easier to sustain injuries that way. So stretching and warming up are very important. Okay, so after you get your stretching done, I usually go ahead and put my hand wraps on during this time. Now, it's really important if you're going to be doing any type of boxing, kickboxing, but especially with a heavy bag, is to have your hands and your wrists protected, because it's very easy to injure your hand or your wrist if you don't have it protected, because especially with a heavy bag, because once you start hitting that thing hard, you better have your hands and wrists protected. So there's different lengths and types of hand wraps that you can buy. I usually like to buy the long ones that are like 170, 180 inches long. If you're smaller, if you have smaller hands, you can usually get away with like a 120-inch wrap, but I like the longer ones. So it starts simple, has a loop, that you put over your thumb, and then usually just start wrapping. Now, over the years, I've come to learn a specific way to wrap my hands, and I usually start by wrapping around the wrist at least once, and then the next thing I do is I go through in between my fingers, one after the other, and I go through the 3 in-betweens. Once I do that, I come down, do another wrist wrap, and at this time I'll go ahead and start working my way up towards the knuckles. You want to wrap your hands very snug, but not tight to the point that you're cutting off circulation, but you do want them snug. Usually keep your fingers spread like that, stretched out as you're wrapping them, so that it gives you a little extra breathing and moving room once you have to make a fist and start punching. So I just make my way up. It's important to concentrate on padding the knuckle area, and which I'm doing right now. So I usually go over the knuckle area several times, and then once I got that area nice and covered, I'll immediately go down and start wrapping my thumb. So I usually wrap it around one direction, and then after I've done that, I'll come back and I'll wrap around the opposite direction, around the thumb, like such. You want that thumb to be nice and protected and made to be stiff. And then if I have a little extra room on my wrap, I might do maybe one more wrap around the top part of the hand, and then go into the final wrist wrap. Excuse me. And of course you have the Velcro here at the end to secure the wrap on your wrist. And there you go. That's about how a hand wrap should look once you're done. Nice and snug, and because as you're boxing, the wrap is going to slowly start to loosen up a little bit. So you want to start with it nice and snug. Okay? And you do the same with the other hand. Okay, so got my wrist wraps all done, nice and snug. Okay, so it's about this time that I go into my warm-up, and for my warm-up I like to shadow box. It gets your muscles in your body used to the movements that you're going to do throughout the workout, but it's a way to start out slow-paced. You're not hitting the bag, you're just punching the air, so there's no resistance that way. So it's just a good way to get warmed up, get your heart going, get your heart rate elevated, and get ready for the workout that's to come. So this is about what my shadow boxing warm-up looks like. I do it for about 8 to 10 minutes as I go farther and farther into the warm-up. I usually pick up my speed just a little bit, start putting in some foot movements, some head movements into it. I start to get a little lighter on my feet. And that's a shadow box workout. So, time to get into the actual kickboxing workout. One round down, 9 more to go. With the front kick, when I switch legs, use both legs. Okay, so I just finished round 8. I had 2 more rounds to go. Rounds 9 and 10. By this time in my workout, by the last 2 or 3 rounds, I'm pretty exhausted. So I get a little sloppier. I try to keep good technique, but I get a little sloppy. Yeah, that's right. I got Gwen Stefani. That's about it. I'll take another 5-10 minutes to cool down, get my heart rate down, and then take about 10-15 minutes to cool down, stretch, relax, and that's it. I'm gonna take a shower. So thanks a lot for tuning in. This is Eric signing off from Knoop, Germany, and till next time. Love you, honey. Love you, girls. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.